Hey, eighth grade. Happy June 1st. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. This will be our last week of new lessons for remote learning. So next week we still have classes, so please check the website and the student landing page for all of your assignments. But this week will be the last week of new assignments, and next week will be mostly catching up. Your teachers will all let you know, here's what you've done so far, here's what you're still missing, and then we'll get all the information recorded into the grade book, and then you'll be officially high school students. So that is super duper exciting. So this week we are going to finish drafting our informational text. That's our last unit on informational text. We spent some time reading informational text. And then last week we spent a lot of time generating and collecting ideas. So Mrs. Ash does a lot of work in her notebook. So we did the topics I'm curious about, brainstorming, and we also did the topic audience format chart together. So this week we are going to continue with that nonfiction writing, and our learning targets are here. And this one is highlighted because this is the one we're mostly working on today, but I want you to keep these two in mind because we'll be building on those. We hit those last week and we'll be building on them this week. So today's main learning target is I can develop a topic with relevant, well-chosen facts, definitions, concrete details, quotations, or other information and examples in an informative text. So this week, what you will be doing, so first, for sure, watch this video. Then you're going to research. You're going to read articles, blog posts, or any available materials on the subject of your choice. So I want you, after you brainstormed, your people, your places, your events, etc., I want you to choose one. So which one are you most interested in? And then I want you to do some research. Make sure your sources are credible. All of you did a fantastic job when we were working on that argument unit when we were still in regular school. You all demonstrated your ability to make sure that your sources are credible. So continue with that learning target as well. And as you research, you're going to want to jot down some notes, which include facts, definitions, details, quotations, and other information that's important on your subject. So Mrs. Ash is going to show you how I did that, and then I'll send you off and you'll do that on your own. So let's see. Here's my list. I was trying to think about what topic I wanted to choose. Polly Cooper, I'm super interested in her, but I feel like I need to do lots more research on her. Porcupine Mountains, Mr. Ash and I are planning a trip hopefully in July or August there. So I think I need some more time before I pick that one. First Nations literature, of course, I'm super interested in that. And I want to do some more research on that as well. So the topic that I chose is John Trudell. And he is an activist, and I learned some things about him. But this image might look familiar to you because this image is hanging in our classroom. This is Bunky Echohawk in 2015. He painted this image of John Trudell right before John Trudell passed away. So if you click here on this little Bunky Echohawk 2015, it will take you to a video of Bunky Echohawk and it's one of those like fast forward, what is it called? Like where it goes really fast, time-lapse videos, that's what it's called. A time-lapse video. It's only like 2 minutes of him painting this, and there's some quotes and stuff from John Trudell himself. So that's where I started my research. And then, of course, Google, our BFF, Google, I went there. And what popped up first was Wikipedia, which is a wonderful resource, but I didn't want to use Wikipedia. Then I thought, well, johntrudell.com, that is coming right from, it seemed like it came right from his people. And there's a John Trudell biography. So that's where I got most of my information from. So I did some reading first. I went on the website and I read all of the information that it had here. And then there was this, so there's pictures and images, but then there was also this video. So those are the two. We only have a week, so we don't have tons of time. Lots, sometimes when writers are writing nonfiction, they can spend years researching, but we only have a week. So our research is going to be succinct. We're going to do a good job, but we're going to do it quickly. So I picked those two sources, the text in this website and then this YouTube video. And those are the two sources that I've done my research with so far. And you can see my notes here. Mrs. Ash doesn't always like to write in a linear fashion. So, and again, Mrs. Ash is a writer. I love my notebook. I love all my pens and all of that sort of thing. So you can do your research in your notebook and then just send a picture to me. Or if you want to do your research and you want to do it digitally, just send me the link to your digital copy as well. So if you look at not that one, this one, if you scroll down for today's lesson, here is my example so you can see it. So this is my notebook page, and I wrote John Trudell in the middle, and I kind of color coded it. So notes I took from the video are in blue, and notes I took from the website are in green. And you too you also want to have at least two different sources for your information. And I found lots of different information, some quotes. This was started right at the beginning. Listen to the sky, listen to the sun, rockin' the res. These were some quotes. John Trudell was a political activist, a poet, a musician. One of the, he was also a spoken word poet, and one of his books is entitled Blue Indian, and he also has a sound recording. He was a really powerful speaker. He was a leader for Native rights. There was a really terrible tragedy. His mother-in-law, and his three children. His wife was also expecting a baby, so really four kids were killed in a tragic fire that had some mysterious circumstances surrounding that. Um, in February 12th, 1979, he turned to poetry to express all his pain and everything he had from that experience. 1969, Indians of all tribes occupation of Alcatraz. So 10 years before this happened, he and a group of Native Americans from all kinds of tribes occupied Alcatraz. And I'll talk about this later, our school came to be sort of because of that occupation movement as well. So you can see I just took notes on things that as I read and listened and watched the video, that I thought were important. So I went back to this learning target here and I kept this in mind. What are definitions, facts, concrete details, quotations, or any other information that I thought was really interesting on my subject? So keep that in mind as you do your research today. Remember, your research doesn't have to be on a person. It could be on a place, it could be on an event, it could be on other people. Whatever you want your topic to be, it's totally fine. And be ready to research that topic and do some writing on that topic. So if you have any questions, please email them to me. And I hope that your research goes well. Remember, share either a picture of the notes that you take or send me a digital copy. I'll see you later.